Okay, I'm going to ask a public service from TJ Lang as we talk Packers-Lions.
Oh, boy.
No, this is no smarm.
Okay.
I start your segment with smarm. We get sincere at 3:15.
Oh, by the time you piss me off, then you
exactly.
Want me to
That's how the best.
Okay.
Hey,
Gotcha.
are you ready?
No, I'm used
This
to
is
it.
important because you have a player's perspective, and they won't listen to me. I think you can communicate it. We have talked about the Lions fan base being in irrational euphoria stage, meaning every game is easy. We're going to cover every spread. We're going to blow everybody's doors off. We're going to go 16-1, never lose again. And if you ever talk about, tough game this weekend. You're not playing the garbage can Titans or half of the Dallas Cowboys. Like, look, people are like, oh my God, you're a hater. Here's my point. It's the NFL. You don't go 16-1. Like, there are going to be some weeks you're going to lose. I still think the Lions are a Super Bowl team. How do we get the discourse, TJ, back to where you can be both a Super Bowl team, but every week it's hard to win in this league?
I mean, I don't want to say it, but like it's going to take a come back to earth loss at some point, which is going to happen, right? Nobody's expecting this team to go 16-1. I also don't think
John.
No, I don't think it's unfair to believe that your team is better than your opponent.
Correct.
That's fair, but we've seen games where that doesn't matter. You were the better team against Tampa Bay. You outgained them, 3-1, 2-1, whatever it was. But weird things happen in the NFL, right? So, I think an event they are going to lose. I mean, I can't guarantee this. Maybe they do go 16-1. I don't know, but the odds are they're going to lose at least one more game along the season, along the way, right? But yeah, maybe it takes something like that just to come back a little bit and say, okay, maybe we're riding a little bit high and, got to get back to fair expectations because this is the NFL and weird things do happen.
What do you think
especially in division games?
Like, I don't think fans appreciate just how hard it is to win in this league.
Because the Lions haven't made it look hard. Because the Lions have been making it look easy.
TJ just nailed
That's why. If you went to Dallas and aside the Minnesota game, right? That was the one win where it's like, man, that down to the nail. Okay. Yep. Had to kick a field goal. Boom. Wipe the brow. We got away with one there. Outside of that, they've been making it look easy for the most part. So I think that's what fans, sometimes you can get tricked into. That's the new expectation instead of that's kind of the anomaly, right? We're taking care of bad teams. You're supposed to do that. But not every team is the Tennessee Titans. Not every team, like you said, is the Dallas Cowboys missing a bunch of starters.
Well, it's like I said, it almost it's that college mentality. Think of Bama in their heyday or Georgia in their heyday. They just roll through people and you're like, oh, well, you got no shot against them. It's kind of how the Lions feel where even on a bad day for the offense, they scored 52 points and they really didn't do anything, but they just dominated the Titans. So that's probably where a lot of people are figuring they're just not going to lose another game where you to realize, man, this is the NFL.
Well, and I just look at Green Bay and I go, okay, you're at their place. Automatically, any divisional road game, my antennas are up, right? Then you factor in, matchup-wise, the longer you go without Aiden and Davenport and Pascal and Kaminsky and Pecco, you don't have pass rush. And you're facing a very balanced passing attack with Green Bay. I mean, they don't have one guy I can just bracket. They've got a cruise ship of rats everyone eats.
Yeah, and they all kind of split targets, too.
Yeah, and look, defensively, no, they're not uber stout against the run, but they play single high safety, and with no J-Mo, you get away with that. If you have J-Mo on the field, you can't play single high. Well, now they're going to be able to drop safety down, and it's pretty much rent-free. And I go, bad weather, Goff outside. You know what, guys, we're in for a tough game. Oh, please, you would have think I shot someone's kid. I mean, people freak out, and it's like.
No, that's called Heather with the news.
Bro, I sat in on the news today, and her first story, it was like, oh, mother's severed head used in pickleball match. I'm like, whoa.
No, it was the man who pummeled a guy on a plane.
Oh, yeah. Random assault, and then some woman got hit by a train or something and, wanted $60 million. I'm going, Heather, give me one positive thing before I walk out of here.
Well, at least Stoney's not on anymore. She did a story one time about. No, but she did a story one time about. Oh, somebody got shot at Steve's Deli and blah, blah. Oh, I love Steve's Deli. Their chicken noodle soup is great. It's like just.
Oh, by the way, rest in peace.
Look away from the entire story.
That's the point.
Somebody got killed playing pickleball. I love pickleball. I play all the time.
TJ, would you like to play pickleball with me? No, I heard.
Did the head bounce?
You were very uncomfortable when I
Was it
heard
in the
that.
pickle?
You're
Was
like,
it
all
in
right,
the-
I'm leaving.
I
That's
just
it.
said it. I don't need this at the start of my day. I got a lot of radio to do today.
man.
I'm out.
I'm with you. Look, and is it fair to go in there expecting you're the better team and
Yes.
expecting a win?
Yes.
Now, you also have to be prepared if it goes the other way to say, okay, you know what? We're still a 6-2 team. If it does go the other way, and not overreact all of a sudden saying, oh my goodness, like we stink now, because that always happens. There's people that go in there thinking you're going to blow them out by 40, which is unrealistic expectation, I think. And then there's people, if we lose this game, man, our season's over, blah, blah, blah. We'll be a game out of the NFC North. Like, there's so much football left going. You know what I mean?
What do you think's going to happen?
I think it's going to be a close game. I do. I think these are the two best teams in the NFC through 8 weeks so far. I do. And I think there is a little bit of a gap from Detroit and everybody else right now. I do, just the way they've been playing football. But that being said, yeah, division games are tough, man. They're not easy. Green Bay is not a rollover team that you just look at and say, okay, as long as we do this and this and this, we'll be fine. No, they got some players over there too. And their defense can confuse you a little bit. Like you mentioned, they play a lot of zone coverage with one high safety, and that's kind of been the issues when Detroit's had trouble in the passing game, where teams just want to play that cover 3 or cover 6, whatever you want to call it, and gives you kind of issues clouding up the middle of the field. Now, if they give you man-on-man coverage, Jared Goff has been one of the best quarterbacks in the league this year against man-on-man.
And if you blitz, Jared kills you. Well, guess what Green Bay doesn't do?
Right, but they're going to have to at some point, because I just don't see their guys. How much we talk about, I've done a couple shows with Green Bay people this week. How much we talk about, stop, our pass rush, and our defensive ends and needing to go get somebody, they're maybe times 10 what we're going through. Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, I think they got like 2 sacks each. Mm-hmm. So they're going through the same thing. But yeah, this is a game that, first of all, take care of the football. Jared Goff's doing a great job of that this year. In the Lions' record, the last 12 games, I looked it up, 9-0 division games when they haven't lost the turnover battle. 1-2, obviously, when the other team's able to take it away.
If they win the turnover battle, they are going to be near impossible to beat.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That.
You give them one extra possession on offense. Yeah,
is the Goff outside, wind and rain? Am I being a bastard for being concerned about that, or is that legitimate? Because I feel like it's legit. There's enough tape and enough data that suggests he's a guy I need to keep indoors.
Yeah, but the crazy thing, too, is like every maybe weakness that we've thought about Jared Goff, he's like rewriting this year. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's not good against the blitz. All of a sudden,
he's great.
He's one of the best. He's not mobile. He can't move. He can't get out of the pocket.
Season.
Right. And now this year, like some of the subtlety, like the subtle little movements, stepping up in the pocket, rolling out.
He's got more touchdowns than Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, I mean, fair, but
I just laugh at him. He makes it sound like he's Lamar out there. I'm like,
I'm still waiting.
I'll go that far.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you factually. We are going to see a read option before the season's over at the goal line, and he's going to walk it in the end zone. Mobile Goff.
I hope so. That would be awesome. But that's why I say, like, you go. Then what's the other weakness? Okay, playing outdoors, playing in the maybe it's going to rain.
Or cold weather.
He's turned all of his weaknesses into strengths. So part of me is interested to see. Okay, is this just another weakness that he's had around his career that all of a sudden he comes out outside
If they win this game,
incredible?
I have no problem saying they can go 14-3.
16.
No, I'm not John. I'm not doing that. But TJ understands what I'm saying. If you cleared this hurdle, you will have won in Minnesota. You will have won at Green Bay. At that point, even if I said at Chicago and the Buffalo game are losses, I think you have every right to believe you go 14-3.
But then there's another hurdle that you have to. At that point, it's the Thanksgiving Day game.
Thanksgiving.
Well, you play San
years.
Fran late in the season. That's going to be a
trash.
Sunday night. I'm saying by that time could be healthier team. Obviously no Ayuk, but it could pretty. Yeah, no. I mean,
yeah, we're going right for the spine.
I'm with you, man. You get this one. You got some real momentum going into the meat of the season where teams really start to either close the gap or continue to widen that gap.
Doesn't look.
Their offensive line, their pass protection is
7
atrocious.
sacks last night.
8.
Oh my Lord,
atrocious. And they just lost one of their guards, I think, for the season.
I think you got a great pass rush here.
Well, that's the question we're going to talk to TJ about next. And there's a safe word. We are not going to bring up anything to do with a certain somebody who lives in Las Vegas. We're not doing it. We are going to have a real conversation. No. We've beaten TJ up the last couple of weeks, and I don't want to do that to him. I want to have a real conversation about when we take the air on Monday, are we going to have a Christmas present Or are we going to do this smartest guy in the room nonsense? We'll talk to TJ. He spoke with Brad Holmes last night. We're going to talk about it.